Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly review. This week went nowhere. It was red, but minus 0.48. That's relative to this close here. And we still don't have direction. Friday was a bit strange. We had a high volume red day with a decent size, like 155, but it was low down volume, only 60 down volume on New York Stock Exchange, and on Nasdaq it was minus 55.6. So not really that big impulsive move that is that scary. And this was my expectation last week, meaning that we would choose a direction, and apparently we did, but it's not that that scary in my opinion. I mean, I think we continue going down because this is still direction, and we should be going down for a couple of days, but maybe until FOMC, I don't know if we can continue going down after that. I think we can stay near the lows, like we not bounce yet. But basically, what my expectation is that in the next 2 weeks, we get a push down and some more accumulation for the next leg up. And the next leg up should be quite substantial. And there's quite a bit of evidence that we should be getting that after that. So let's one step at a time. Let's look at some indicators. I think I can take this out because don't think we're getting it. And this one is moving here and it remains the same. Let me turn on the some other stuff as well. So we have this trend line. We have this one, but this one isn't really that scary that we lost it because we can draw this trend line in multiple ways. Like for example, we can have something like this, and uh, yes, we broke this one, but not a lot of room to go down below this. I'll explain when we get to it. Let's turn on the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, so our mother candle is still this one. No direction until we go below, or no, not direction. No breakout until we go above 453 to the upside or 449 to the downside. And of course, there's always the possibility of doing a big engulfing reversal. Like for example, we go down, we overshoot a bit, and then we reverse and do a big engulfing candle on the weekly that takes out the high on the other side. Like for example, next week there is a possibility of getting that depending on what the Fed does as well, obviously. So we go below this one uh, and then reverse and do a full engulfing, maybe close at 450 or above, something like that. Uh, The this week is basically identical to this one. We went 2 cents above on the upside, and we didn't quite take out the low, but it's still I still count it as an inside back-to-back week. On Qs, we have inside back-to-back weeks as well, so a consolidation for sure, and no direction yet. Even though on Friday we had that push down, but it doesn't mean as much as you would think. Okay, so how low do we go? That's the question. Is I can close no, this free. I can hide and don't care about the weeklies. This was this week. Okay, we want the Q3 range and we are at Q3 open. Losing this one again should allow us to go somewhere in this range. Uh, Maybe we stop even sooner. This one, the parallel channel thing. The main parallel channel is between this top and this bottom here. And uh, I use this as our targets. For example, let's say we go down and we bounce here. Maybe we break out, then we go here to the Q3 high for a retest of 460. If we break down the next target area, depending on how quickly we go down, let's say in 3 days, just until Thursday, 428 should be the level if we respect the parallel channel. If we go down for 2 weeks until the end of the month, then it's 416, and we basically uh, do another level like we have this parallel channel here, and we expand it by half. This is the half we expand it with if we don't hold here. And the next level is 417 by end of month in case we get that full breakdown. But this is still a very clear dip buy. Everything is screaming buy when we get to this point, and most likely we will get a huge end of year rally that can take us up to 470. Okay, these are the parallel channels on one end. Then on the other end, let's look at a couple of other indicators, and that is Dharma Trade set up a new, is it standard deviation channel? Yeah, okay. I can turn this off. So these are standard deviation channels. Middle is 0, and then how much do you deviate relative to the 0 point in a specific range. Like I can expand this to start from earlier or later. And I'm starting from the low in March, and this is what it looks like. So we are now 2 standard deviations below the midpoint, and not a lot of room to go further down here. My expectation for a super bullish bounce would be this, basically 435-ish, 46-ish, and that's the free standard deviation from this channel. It doesn't mean it stops here, but this is the most bullish version of the continued drop next week. We go to 445, 446, and then bounce and start going up, and end of year rally as high as 470 in my opinion. So this is our first stop. I will redraw the targets from this, make them make sense. I'm on the daily. So we continue down. First spot where we could see a bounce is here, and we need to recapture the Q3 open. Might also go down here, retest, get rejected, and then start another leg down. This is also possible. So the bullish sign is not really bouncing here. This could be just a temporary bounce where we uh, resume going up. We retest the Q3 open and then go back down, like similar to here. We went here, down, down, but only when we recaptured this level did we have a breakout move. So this is possible as well here. Or maybe we don't hold here. We go down the Q3 low and the uh, this is a level from June. This is the breakout level. This is the target area where we will surely get a bounce regardless if we go down further or not. And just like this, we're capturing the Q3 low, go back here. We have to slowly recapture each level and go back up afterwards. But first one is 435, 446. Then we have the 440 and 433 range as the potential support. And if this doesn't hold either, I think we get a flush down move. So this should be, this should be slow. Like maybe in 2 days we do this, then uh, further drop. And if this one doesn't hold, this will be a very quick move. Like it could be a single day's move, like -3 or something like that. Let's see, how big is it? Yeah, -3. This could be a single day. don't expect it to be over a drop over 2 weeks. It's very unlikely that we get a slow drop over 2 weeks to get to this point. More likely we get a slow drop in this area here between where we are now, 443 and 430, and then we get a single push down, or maybe spread out over 2 days, like a minus 2.5, and then we gap up another 0.5 the next day, and we bounce from that minus 0.5. That kind of move. So don't expect it to be large. And then if we were to get here, this is a consolidation period until the beginning of the month, like maybe a couple of days in October. And then in October, we just rally and go crazy and don't look back. Okay, so this being said, let's present the evidence. Uh, One of the things that I'm looking at is OI. We are at not all-time low, but near the lows since I've been tracking this data since October 2022, no, 21, October 21, and calls are near the lows. This is this means that profits are not being reinvested. You see here this area in which, even though the price went up, calls didn't really go up as well, and ever since we reached the peak at 460-ish, we've been struggling because there is no new call OI coming in. And now with the expiration on Friday, we are near the lows for call OI. What we need to see is some accumulation here. Ideally, this should happen while price goes down. We see a push in puts because a short-term price drop will cause puts to be bought, and we see accumulation of calls like we do here, but while price goes down. So if we see this go up and we get that drop to, I don't know, 420, let's say, this is a very bullish sign, and a sign that we will see a bounce starting in October. Let's show this. This is total OI as well, and total OI is closer to the lows than to the highs. And this is both calls and puts, and total delta as well. So total delta, meaning call delta plus put delta, is near the lows. And this spikes up. When put delta spikes up, this goes very high. And as you can see, in general, we don't get the highs on moving up. We get the highs on moving down. This was also caused by put delta, so it's not actually bullish. Whenever we see put delta increase while price goes up, it's a very bearish sign. So this if I show it to you. So this was put delta going up and price going up. When put delta goes up and is positively correlated with price, it's a very bearish sign. Uh, when put delta goes up and inversely correlated with price, like here, this is a bullish sign because we're nearing a bottom. So this is kind of what we want to see here. We want to see, where was it? We want to see delta go up while price goes down. And at the same time, we want to see some call accumulation. We want this to go back at least to this level while price goes down. And if this happens in the next couple of weeks, like the beginning of October, this is a very bullish sign, and it's forecasting the end of year rally. Now, another thing, we look at the dark pool, and we have on Friday IWM. In generally, it has a very bullish. People are buying. On Friday, it has 69%. SPY, people are buying 65% on Friday, 66. DIA, we had 69.71 on Friday, overall very bullish. And we have QQQ negative. So this speaks of rotation behind the scenes. And IWM is actually on a buy point, and I would expect when we get that rally, that small caps and value will outperform. Tech should be quite laggy when we start going up as well. So it's not completely unreasonable to uh, to have something like a slow drop because IWM and DIA will not drop that big. So something like this. Maybe it goes to 180, but it's 183 now. Like that's not a big drop going to 179, 180. For the slow drop, maybe we get that big push down day if we would go to 416, 415. But then this would bounce strongly. So when the turn comes, I think we will get a huge bounce from IWM. And my expectation for the rest of the year is IWM and DIA outperformance, QQQ underperformance, and SPY somewhere in between because it's SPY. It contains both value and tech. Let's let's look at IWM here. So huge head and shoulders, but the neckline is more likely to be somewhere around here. So we still have a bit of room to drop without breaking the neckline. And there's a saying something along the lines that there's nothing more bullish than a head and shoulders breakdown that gets reversed. Like if we, oops, not that one, this one. If we were to go here, consolidate a bit, then get a push down, and then it proves to be a fake breakdown, this will be super, super bullish. Like we could see the top retest of the 200 very, very quickly. Like this is very slow, but it can be within a month we can go up. And there are some other things in individual names that makes me believe we will get this bounce and we will get outperformance in IWM. And Qs is meh. Um semis are lagging, and that's kind of it. Dia didn't look at Dia. Uh, Dia still can do this and then bounce strongly as well. Like I said, outperformance in Dia and IWM. Now let's look at Fangs. Okay, so Tesla chose direction. It hasn't quite reached 285, and I don't think it will. We are at. Oops, did I? Oh, not care about that. Yeah, I'll redraw this soon. Let me show you something. This part here looks incredibly similar to this part here, uh, meaning we have a push up, which was this one. We have a pullback. We have a retest and another fake breakout above the trend line, and then a large drop. And this is what I expect will happen here. We had a fake breakout, reversed strongly, another fake breakout into a resistance level. When this goes back below the trend line, and it will, huge drop. And I think we can see 215 again. Apple is taking the slow bleed kind of path. We have more info now. Do something like this. This looks very plausible to me. Like it's been weak, another push down, like maybe it stops here. If it doesn't stop here at 170, it should go to 162, and then it's actually a whole area here. Like I don't know exactly where it stops, but anything between these two lines, between 166 and 162, is possible. And of course, it depends how quickly it goes down as well. Like I drew the slow drop because until the end of the month, but it could happen in like 2 days. It goes like this, bounces, or it goes like this, then consolidates here a while, and then starting October, it goes back up again. But I think it respects the channel. So on the theme of Q's underperformance, it yes, it will go up, but it will not make new highs. Or if it makes new highs, it will be a fake move that gets back into this and eventually drops. But this is more like January, a January thing than anything that will happen soon. Nvidia with a red day on Friday and semis in general. We didn't get the follow through. I thought not the follow through. Yeah, the follow through in the market, but on semis the move, the bullish move. Now we just watch it. So this is still in play. If it doesn't hold here, it will drop a lot. And this is the first level. Don't think it goes all the way here. It would be too much. But either it holds here or it holds on 368, 78, sorry, and then maybe does this, but no new highs. Google at the peak of the rising wedge, so it's time that it breaks down. Again, this is way too much. Likely something like this, 126, 123. That's it. Not, I don't think it's possible to get more than this. Extend this a bit. So the midpoint is getting rejected. Amazon still looked bullish for 150, and it's one of the more value names in tech. Value like names, I mean. So this is a clear top, getting rejected. Either stops here at 137 because again it's more one of the value names. 143 if not. 125 max, I believe. Just small levels here, like it has a lot of support. It could stop. So somewhere in this range, and if not in that range, then goes here. Because it's one of the more value-like names, I think it stops here 130. It also had one of the more bullish delta profiles with a target 150. Microsoft, I made a comparison between Microsoft and Netflix. Netflix got the breakdown, and I think it's close uh, to stopping here, but will see more of a slow bleed and can even go below the trend line. We'll see if that happens. I'll show RH, so drop, and I think we get this kind of slow bleed in Netflix as well. This is the kind of thing I mean when I say this. Then eventually it breaks out. Some got to target one. Don't think it's that likely we get that this blow off move to 122, but still possible. The volume is huge, so this is a signal day, in my opinion. Like this. It looks like a signal day that Causes the reversal down. But this is inconsistent with Dia strength. I don't know if it goes down. Like this might be uh, the first stop. Like this, then break down. Yeah, this seems more plausible to me. Okay, let's delete some stuff. Don't care about it anymore. That one I will leave in because it's still plausible. It's the secondary top, which will be divergent. So let's assume we go down because still signal day. We go down to 110. Yeah, like here. And then we have the blow off move. So we go to 110, then we get the blow off move, and it's 122. Then we have the big drop. The while divergent. So this will be, I like it. Okay, what do we look like? VIX. Look at, not look like. Okay, a push up, that's fine. Levels are here. Don't think this will be a big scary move. So maybe 18 as the final target. If we were to get to something like actually 20. If we were to get that move to 420-ish, 415, 420-ish, I think we see 20. Otherwise, no. And if we get to 20, we have a lot of room to go down. Like I think this will drop like a stone afterwards. But again, that's the extreme scenario. Main case is 436, and then this area here between 430 and 443. This is the extreme scenario where we would need some kind of event, like some scare related to banks or something. I don't know. I don't think JPOW will give us that. JPOW should say no hike, and that's kind of it. But this requires some other type of event to scare the market. Okay, let's look at a couple of names. So the weekly selection. Ikui, ICUI got a bit of a bounce. Doesn't look strong at all, and it's been near the lows in the dark pool as well. So this is gone. I'll move it here. GME movie coming out next week. So it's now or never for GME to do a move up. CRISPR went slightly up, but not significant. Nothing really moved the last week. CLF did the bounce here, but then new guidance came out on Thursday, I think, and still cratered. So again, nothing really interesting happening. JD hasn't moved. XLF broke out, but not in a extremely bullish manner. I think Thursday and Friday were constructive. We'll see what happens. RH, on the other hand, did as well didn't bounce. This is a new name. I added it here, and I'm putting it in the bullish bucket because I think it will bounce here, and it's been at the top of the dark pool for the last couple of days, like 70, 59, 70, 75, 51, 66. Overall, top three bullish names on the 6-day average. So I think it's close to bouncing uh, very soon. And this is also a bullish pattern. Like if we go on the lower time frame, this is a falling wedge. So I think we see AH bounce at least do 331. This is fine. Okay, bearish. ELF. This is a signal day. We have huge bearish divergence. Uh, and it's breaking the uptrend channel after a signal day. When this breaks down, I think it drops a lot. This will be my target for the longer run. I don't even know what these guys do. Like, I know beauty stuff, whatever, but I have no idea. It looks ready to go down in force. UPS played out as expected, meaning it went to this 156 level, bounced from it. Now it's 160. Expectation for me is we see more consolidation at the bottom before the move up. So if for comparison, I think we are somewhere around here, and we will see another move down, maybe an overshoot, then we recapture, and then it goes up and does this. Hmm. So now it's in the bearish side because market expectation to be bearish, and like I explained, I think we do that move down, and then we bounce. Let's draw again. So maybe goes a bit here, goes down, recaptures, retests, and then goes up. Lucid is now in the bearish side, so we are at the top of this falling wedge, and I think again market expectation to go down. I think we go retest this, and then it becomes bullish in October, like this. Okay, my top picks for the week are Solars. I think they are bearish because the market is bearish, but I think they're very close to a buy point. I didn't put them in the bearish because I don't know. So S SEDG, this looks like a breakdown kind of a flush move kind of thing. So we go to here, and what we will get is either an attempt to go down that gets rejected on high volume, and this is bullish. Like if we see this go down to 140, let's say, and then we close back above 148, and the volume is high, the color of the candle doesn't matter. It can be green, it can be red, like a hammer red candle. Uh, this is still bullish. This means we're very close to a bottom, and we got an attempt to go lower that found buyers, regardless of the color of the candle. So if we see this, we are very close to a bottom. We probably see more consolidation around here, and then it will go up. Or we can see a flush down move and go to 114. This is also volume should increase, like it should be up to here, something like this. And if we get to a target level, this is a buy for the short term. I'm still bearish on them longer term, but we could see something like this. So from 114 back to 140, this is a very nice trade to take for a couple of days. FSLR finally filled the gap here. I mean, we did it before as well. And oh, let's go back here. Uh, Bullish divergence. All of them are on bullish divergence. FSLR, let's see if we have double or not double. That's fun. But anyway, uh, this is a huge level here. It can count as an overshoot and act similar to this one. So FSLR is the strongest name, so and the most value name out of all of them. This can be retaken, and then we go up, similar to this when we retested the area, that kind of thing. If this breaks down, I don't know, probably go to here. It's time to start looking at solars. It's time to take them into consideration for longs again. So 150, 147, this is the target area if we get a breakdown in these names. And watch for the buy here, watch for the short if they go below. End phase, slow drip, and we're getting into the buy zone at 113. Same kind of logic. We have bullish divergences all over the place. It's I think we're due a bounce in these names very soon. Okay, I'll show you. This is a Chinese solar name, and it's my favorite play, waiting for this gap fill to go back to this demand zone. It may not go there, like maybe it bounces here on 30, but I think it's still worth the wait here. What happened here is it had like a 274% move in 30 days. The This one and QS are the biggest crazy move I've seen since I've been in the market. Aside from short squeezes, I don't know why the fuck this happened, but anyway, this is a huge demand zone that when we hit it, it's gonna get bought up and we get a high probability bounce from it, and not just like we go slightly up. I think we get a huge move up, similar to something like this. Like it will be in force and it will be quick. So keep an eye on this name. Axion, same story. They all have the same story. Like if we even if we break down, the next level is relatively close, and it's time to consider them for longs. Uh, and if they break down, take the short because the short is also good. And it's lines anymore. Let's do a reset because I haven't drawn anything on run for a while. Yeah, this is it. Your price here. Okay. 1406. 1406 IPO price should be strong support. If not, the levels are visible. Same story, bullish divergence here. Same story. Point is, keep an eye on them, and if we get even if we get the next leg down, it's gonna be time to consider going long these names. Okay, that's it for this week. Have a good one. Bye bye.